Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today on a Tuesday. This is where we gather for a song and a thought for the day. So glad you're with us whenever you're watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in. And let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. I watch this morning for the light that the darkness has not overcome. I watch for the fire that was in the beginning and that burns still in the brilliance of the rising sun. I watch for the glow of life that gleams in the growing earth and glistens in sea and sky. I watch for your light, O God, in the eyes of every living creature and in the ever-living flame of my own soul. If the grace of seeing were mine this day, I would glimpse you in all that lives. O Lord, grant me the grace of seeing this day. Grant me the grace of seeing. Amen and amen. Let's see real quick. So our song this morning is another one out of the big old songbook. We had Beer and Hymns this past Sunday night. Great group from Fuquay-Varina and other surrounding areas came and did the music, and it was great. Now, they didn't do this song, but we, hey, good morning, Florida. They did not do this song, but we often do it there, and it seemed an appropriate song for today. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the sunshiny day. There you go. Written by Johnny Nash. And of course, that song says so much more than just being able to physically see, right? It's talking about metaphorically finding your way forward, right? Through metaphorical darkness. And I thought that was really appropriate for today's writing, because today's author literally could not see or hear. It's Helen Keller. And this is another one out of our little book, This I Believe. And this was another one as featured in the 1950s series. So the original series of the This I Believe radio program, hosted by Edward R. Murrow. Which means this is probably online. If you go to the This I Believe at NPR, find that website with the original recordings from the 50s. And many of those are archived there with the original introductions by Murrow. And again, this is written by Helen Keller in the 50s. Morning, Terry. And she writes, I choose for my subject faith wrought into life apart from creed or dogma. By faith, I mean a vision of good one cherishes and enthusiasm that pushes one to seek its fulfillment. A vision of good that one cherishes and enthusiasm that pushes one to seek its fulfillment, regardless of obstacles. Faith is a dynamic power that breaks the chain of routine and gives a new, fine turn to old commonplaces. Faith reinvigorates the will, enriches the affections, and awakens a sense of creativeness. Active faith knows no fear, and it is a safeguard to me against cynicism and despair. After all, faith is not one thing or two things or three things. It is an indivisible totality of beliefs that inspire me. Belief in God as infinite goodwill and all-seeing wisdom, whose everlasting arms sustain me walking on the sea of life. Trust in my fellow humans, wonder at their fundamental goodness, and confidence that after this night of sorrow and oppression, they will rise up strong and beautiful in the glory of morning. Reverence for the beauty and preciousness of the earth, and a sense of responsibility to do what I can to make it a habitation of health and plenty for all humanity. Faith in immortality, because it renders less bitter the separation from those I have loved and lost, and because it will free me from unnatural limitations and unfold still more faculties I have in joyous activity. Even if my vital spark should be blown out, I believe that I should behave with courageous dignity in the presence of fate, and strive to be a worthy companion of the beautiful, the good, and the true. But fate has its master in the faith of those who surmount it, and limitations has its limits for those who, though disillusioned, live greatly. It was a terrible blow to my faith when I learned that millions of my fellow creatures must labor all their days for food and shelter, bear the most crushing burdens, and die without having known the joy of living. My security vanished forever, and I have never regained the radiant belief of my young years that earth is a happy home and hearth for the majority of mankind. But faith is a state of mind. The believer is not soon disheartened. If he is turned out of his shelter, he builds up a house that the winds of the earth cannot destroy. And when I think of the suffering and famine and the continued slaughter of men, my spirit bleeds. But the thought comes to me that, like the little deaf, dumb, and blind child that I once was, mankind is growing out of the darkness of ignorance and hate into the light of a brighter day. Hence why I chose the I Can See Clearly Now song this morning. I'm going to read that last paragraph again, because this one stayed with me a long time. It's been many, many years since I read The Miracle Worker, the story of Helen Keller and her teacher. You forget, we tend to think of Helen Keller the child. We forget how articulate and what a powerful voice she had in her adult life. Thank you, Kenna. Good morning, Robin. That last paragraph. When I think of the suffering and famine and the continued slaughter of men, my spirit bleeds. But the thought comes to me that, like the little deaf, dumb, and blind child I once was, mankind is growing out of the darkness of ignorance and hate into the light of a brighter day. Friends, that is some faith. As an infant, Helen Keller was struck by a fever that left her deaf and blind. But with the guidance of her teacher, Anne Sullivan, she learned to communicate through the eyes and ears of others. After graduating from Radcliffe College, Keller became a renowned author, activist, and lecturer. Thanks be to God. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed going through this book. There's some real gems in here. There's some I agree with, some I don't agree with, some that seem almost trivial, and some that seem deeply profound. But what is very interesting is that it comes from the heart of all these individual people, some famous, some infamous, some unknown to us. And yet they hold these truths deep in their heart and center their lives on them. Which, of course, brings us to the question that I hope you've been wrestling with all summer with this book. What do I believe? Could I articulate my concept of faith and what it means as even 1/100th as much as Helen Keller does here? Probably not. All right. Thanks for being here, folks. May you find peace and purpose in this day. May you find your way out of darkness. Know that God is walking with you every step of the way, and be aware of God's presence this day, not only in your own life, but in the lives of those that you meet. All right. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another Morning Watch. Take care.